Hello, Self-Love Life 101ers. Welcome back to my channel. I am glad to have you all with me. So this is a very different self-love video. Today is about Beyonce and Jay-Z on the Run tour and the power of love and redemption. So throughout the video, I'm going to share clips with you of the actual concert, as well as when I was getting ready for the concert, etc. And I'll also be talking to you about some of the self-love tips that I learned from Beyonce. So first I want to start with the fact that we all know when Beyonce made the Lemonade album, which talked about Jay-Z's alleged cheating scandal with Becky with the good hair, everyone was just kind of like, wow, and a lot of the responses was, if Beyonce can go through cheating, then who am I? Or if Beyonce can go through that, then wow, like how did Jay-Z cheat on Beyonce? And there's a very sort of, I feel, superficial understanding of infidelity, right? Like if you're pretty or if you're considered a badass bitch, then you won't get cheated on, right? But I think we also have to understand is that if you're cheated on, right, it has nothing to do with you per se, right? Because the other person made the choice to cheat on you. If you make a decision to stay with that individual, then it's up to you. And I say that because there's a lot of, memes out there, and there's a lot of articles out there telling women how to keep your man, how to do this for your man, which is very sexist and very patriarchal. How come we never really try to teach men how to treat women? Okay, so this is gonna be strictly from a monogamy perspective. If you believe in monogamy, then that's what I'm really here to talk about. I believe in monogamy. I know that there are some people who believe more in polyamory or, polygamy. That's fine. That's all good with you. I'm not about that life. You know what I'm saying? Because I will knock somebody out or I will hurt somebody. So I'm really not about that life. So I really want to talk about polygamy. No, not polygamy. What am I talking about? Freudian slip. Okay. I want to talk about monogamy and marriage, and I also want to talk about the mundane. So we see a lot of things on social media where it's like goals. Oh, their goals, their goals. And we look at these couples, right? Typically couples who are very attractive or very fit or whatever, right? Just very superficial conceptions of what a good looking couple looks like or what a goals couple looks like. And what ends up happening is we kind of use that to project onto our own realities of what love is and what love should be. And that's really problematic because, number one, you have to be able to define your love for yourself. You have to be able to really figure out what your marriage is going to look like, what your relationship is going to look like without taking tips from the media, right? And it doesn't mean that you can't read something in the media that's going to help you, that's going to uplift you, that's going to really help you, love better, of course, right? But we also have to look at our family traumas and our family histories and how that kind of pathological cycle impacts the way that we love based on things that we've seen, based on things that we're trying to understand. What I appreciated about the Lemonade album is I feel like it was a historical testimony. She talks about her grandmother, right? How her grandmother loved. She talks about how her mother loved, right? And the situation with her mom and dad when her father steps out on her, has another baby, and how all of those things impacted her. And we know that Beyonce's relationship with her father drastically changed when she got married and all of these things. And so I love how she tells a story within Lemonade about how all of those things impacted how she loves and how she still loves, right? And how it has impacted her own marriage. I know that in my own family, it is very hard to find positive and powerful examples of marriage. And so I know even when I was getting married, I was very concerned just about my own family histories and how that would play into my marriage. And also just really saying the things that I wanted. I still say the things that I want in my marriage. And I think women, especially Black women, are taught to kind of accept what they get. Girl, somebody married you. Okay, you better be happy. No. Okay. I also made a decision to get married, right? So this whole idea of a man proposing and taking his last name, right? And all of these kinds of traditions, which are all fine and dandy. But that doesn't mean that women don't get to decide what they want from a marriage. How do you communicate in a marriage? How do you build trust in a marriage, right? Or even before marriage? And how do you set healthy boundaries? Now, as I've gotten older, there's this concept that I've been grappling with, right? A very popular and universal concept, which is a concept of unconditional love. And as I've gotten older, I said, you know what? My love is actually not unconditional. My love is conditional because I love myself, right? And so that means that I have boundaries for myself. There are certain things that I want for myself and for my marriage. And I appreciate Beyonce kind of sharing this act of love and redemption in her own marriage, right? That apparently Jay-Z stepped out, apparently more than once. And she chose to forgive him. And now they're apparently in a space of healing and growth. And I really appreciated when Jay-Z did an interview with David Letterman, where he also addresses the fact that he cheated. And part of what Jay-Z said was, I'm happy that my wife forgave me, and I'm happy that she realized that a cheater is not all that I am, right? And I think that was really powerful for him to admit to, because I know that when the Lemonade album came out, there was a lot of speculation. Is it true? Is it a gimmick? Is it this? Is it that? And so for him to really address it, you know that it is true. And for the 444 album, you see him trying to kind of alleviate or respond in verse to the Lemonade album, which he didn't really do fully, but I think it takes a lot for a man of that age, Jay-Z is almost 50, to really admit to his flaws. And I think it can really be a healing process for a lot of other men. But I do want to say, okay, women, especially Black women, we are not here to just make men better, right? That's not our sole purpose. If we want to talk about marriage, we have to think of it as a partnership. Somebody just does not get a cookie for not cheating on you, right? Because if you made a commitment to marry somebody and choose to be in a monogamous relationship, that means that you respect your partner enough not to cheat. And if you're unhappy, say that you're unhappy and try to work through it. And if you can't work through it, then get a divorce, okay? But there's a certain level of respect for your partner that infidelity takes away from that respect, right? At least that's my personal belief. And I really respect Beyonce for just really going there and doing the damn thing. Another thing that I want to share is with regard to Beyonce is she's a bad bitch. Okay. And by bad bitch, I mean, she does not get tired. Okay. She was on stage like, I said, does Beyonce breathe? Like, does she really breathe though? Are you breathing? And I think seeing the chemistry between them on stage was just really magical and really powerful. And I really respected seeing their chemistry on stage. I want to show you a video, okay, of when I was surfboard, raining on that wood. Let me show you. Surfboard, raining on that wood, raining on that wood. So you got my surfboard video. And here's another video that I'm going to show you of when I got to the actual parking lots, okay, of the Metlife Center in Rutherford, New Jersey. So I parked in a lot that was part of the concert parking where they then transport you on a shuttle to the actual venue. Hey fam, so I made it here. There was a lot of traffic. I was rerouted several times, okay? Now I am getting on the shuttle to take me to the stadium. I just parked my car. And also look at my outfit, okay? Look at my outfit. And last but not least, here is some video of me changing out of my 6-inch stilettos. Yes, okay, I went to the concert in my 6-inch stilettos. Why? Because I thought Beyonce was going to call me on stage, y'all. You hear me? I thought Beyonce was going to call me on stage. Check it out.
And she's out of her heels, okay, and into her flats. Okay. Good thing she came prepared. Okay.
And last but certainly not least, I think what Beyonce currently represents for me in my life is self-love through creativity, self-love through music. As you look at Beyonce's discography, you realize that starting with Crazy in Love and Irreplaceable, like I'm really looking at her music in a deeper and reflective light now. I realize that she has been working on love for herself for a very long time. And I think what makes it difficult is she has been working on love for herself while being in a relationship, which can be very difficult because I can imagine you don't have many moments just to be by yourself. You're either touring or you're on the road or you're at concerts, and then maybe you're with your partner. And so the fact that she has done this very publicly, I think is sort of a testament to the journey of self-love. And obviously the power of self-love is that it doesn't just end today, right? It's an ongoing journey. It's kind of like marriage. Every day is not breakfast in bed and the beach and all this stuff. There's a real mundane aspect of marriage. Did you pay the bills? Did you take out the garbage? Who's going to pick up the kids today? Do we need a sitter if we want to go out that night? That is the day-to-day, the real. Managing your finances, that is the real. And so for those of you who are thinking about getting married, I want to share that it is a journey. It is a process, right? That life really begins after the wedding reception and the wedding. That is the real life. And you have to have healthy boundaries for yourself and for your partner. I think there is this premise that Black women have to be this ride or die and all of this. And it's unfair. It's patriarchal. It's unfair. It's sexist. And we've just got to do better. So shout out to Beyonce for giving me all of my life on Friday, August 3rd at the Metlife Center. Okay. And I'm going to leave you, okay, with a final clip from the concert. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will be back next time.
The next day got so cold. One day here, one day